Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, things are getting hot and heavy for you. Y'all, there has been a new criminal complaint logged against Diddy in Miami. We're going to get into the actual significance of that. For then, y'all, let me tell y'all something. And I said it once and I've said it again. If people honestly in their hearts believe that after all this kerfuffle, Diddy is going to Diddy bop into the West, baby, you might as well just, I got a Brooklyn Bridge I want to tell you too. I hear Jay-Z's getting back into the 40-40 club. Y'all want to invest? Anyway, y'all, let's get into this when it comes to the Diddy stuff. So if you guys don't know, this is actually taking things into a new level, okay? We already know that Diddy has charges to the Homeland Security investigations in New York, okay? If you guys don't know, there was a woman that actually said that she worked for the white parties. She was the victim of his F offs, his freak offs. And on top of that, he transferred her to Miami. Okay. Now, at that time, Diddy's lawyer said, "There's nothing to this. What are you talking about?" She was a willing participant. And I said, "Let me tell y'all something. I know we've all seen The Devil's Advocate. I get it. I get it. I get it. Right? But are all these people selling their souls and doing all this stuff for some Ciroc coconut with some pineapple mixed into it? I'm really curious. The people that think that all these people with Diddy are willing victims, what did they get out of it? What did she get out of it? I'm curious because y'all, like, do y'all think there is a whole swath of humanity that is willingly denigrating themselves for some, not even Ciroc and pineapple, because they were on the clock just to pass hot dogs in a blanket, pigs in a blanket around on a plate? You think there are that many people that's so obsessed with being in a bad boy video that they'll put one leg up, be passed around, drink like the Reverend Combs, Jim Jones, Kool-Aid Special Punch? Do y'all really think these people exist? Y'all, I'm telling you, I realize why some people want to be famous, because they really do think that when they're famous, there will be a bunch of people that will line up, lay down, and be like, "Please use me as a party favor." When now we're starting to see, no, these were people that were literally, allegedly, sex trafficked. And I do have to point out that Diddy does say he is 100% innocent. He says he is beating all the charges. We'll see. Anyway, Diddy's trafficking accuser files a police department report, and the cops are sharing info with the feds. Let me tell you something. Homeland Security is taking over on the New York side, and of course, LA and whatnot. However, this also lets you know that they're getting the feds and the FBI in Florida involved. On top of that, Diddy spent a lot of time in Florida. There's a lot that goes on. Again, it seems small, but this lets them know that not only Homeland Security is trying to get Diddy on federal charges, and I know Homeland Security, of course, has the authority to do cross-border investigation. That's what makes it federal in California, in Los Angeles, in whenever Diddy was, even overseas. But by filing this police report, it's not just reporting this to the feds, okay, and the FBI in Florida. It's also bringing the state level into it. It's bringing the state level into it. You guys know, as we saw with Harvey Weinstein, as we saw with Jeffrey Epelator, as we saw with Jose Maxwell, you can actually be tried for crimes in state and federal, and you can be convicted of both. And whichever term you have to serve out first, when you're done serving that one first, let's just say it's federal first, you gotta serve state second. Likewise, if you serve state first, you gotta turn. So he could be looking at life in federal. And if he ever does get up on parole, good behavior, all this stuff, when he is released, he going right over to county jail. Baby, listen, they said one of Diddy's accusers might be giving the feds more ammo to indict him. Again, I think that the feds probably have already talked to this woman. It seems like they have talked to a lot of things or looked over. I think that Diddy should be more worried about state charges in this one. The woman who's already suing him for allegedly blank trafficking her at his white parties has now filed a police report. Andre English spoke to the Miami Beach PD last week and detailed many of the same allegations dating back to the early 2000s she laid out in her civil lawsuit against Diddy. She had not filed a police report prior to this. Law enforcement sources confirmed Miami Beach PD detectives took a report from Audrey, but were told they determined there was not enough evidence to investigate human trafficking or any other crime. However, the detectives did file the report, which we're told will be shared with federal authorities running parallel investigations. Okay. Now, again, I know what you're saying, Tisa. The detectives just said that there's not enough, right? There's not enough evidence to investigate human trafficking or any other crime. Keep in mind, in my opinion, TMZ has been very, very sympathetic in their coverage or easy softball coverage of Diddy and his team. Keep in mind that this is not the police saying this. This is TMZ. Might I add that when Diddy first got in trouble with Cassie, right? TMZ did a thing. I reported it on it. A lot of people reported that there is a separate, ongoing criminal investigation on New York City level, New York State level, and also on federal level. A lot of people called me a liar. A lot of people said I didn't know what I was talking about. TMZ then printed a story saying their sources tell them that there is no secret investigation or criminal investigation of Diddy that they know of, blah, 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 blah. We then saw the raid happen, and all of a sudden we found out that he was being investigated on the city level, on New York State level, and also on the federal level. So when I say, again, TMZ has sources, and I find it odd that they didn't realize it. They didn't realize like what was going on. TMZ has a lot of sources, but the way people are taking TMZ as canon when they have shown, oddly enough, to get a lot of key Diddy stuff wrong and a lot of key Diddy stuff that makes Diddy either look better or makes it look like what he's going through is not that big. Yeah, you got to ask why. But let me just continue with this, okay? They said detectives did file the report, we're told, will be shared with federal authorities running parallel investigations. Again, if TMZ got it wrong, how do we know that this has not been referred to the DA? Because TMZ said so. TMZ said there was no investigation going on with Diddy the first time on federal, state, or local level. Remember that right before he settled with Cassie? Anyway, Ariel Mitchell, that's Adria's attorney, said she's cautiously optimistic about the process. She plans to file another police report in New York City soon, and she hasn't already done so because they require her to make that report in person. She filed against Diddy last month, claiming she first met Diddy and his crew around 2004, agreeing to act as a go-go dancer for the white parties. She's a former Peace star. Her stage name is Unique. She took a job to get her boyfriend a modeling gig, but also claims her boyfriend refused to perform sloppy toppy on Diddy to secure the job. She says she spiraled from there, accusing Diddy and others of applying her with alcohol laced with E and forcing her to have blank with Diddy's friends. This includes she's suing Diddy and a group of friends, including Tamiko Thomas, who she says is Ghislaine Maxwell to Diddy's Jeffrey Epelator, for emotional trauma, including intimacy issues and painful memories. Of course, Diddy's attorney, Jonathan Davis, said no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Diddy has never blankly assaulted or blank trafficked anyone. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Diddy is confident he will prevail against these and other baseless claims. Let me tell you something. We also live in a world where an attorney can defend their client to the bitter end, even if there's all the evidence in the world to the contrary. You guys listen. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.